Stroll, what's up, bro?
Ah, check, check, check.
Yes, sir.
We in here.
We in. Let's get it, man.
Let's get it.
Pleasure you joining, man. I appreciate you taking the time out your day.
Man, definitely, bro. Like whatever you need from me, I'm gonna try to make it happen.
Most definitely.
Especially whenever we sitting down and we talking business. If we
Most
talking
definitely.
industry talk, most of the time I'm down for it. Now, if niggas just want to get online and shoot the shit and gossip,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
pass on that.
for
But
sure.
this industry talk, man. Let's go, man. I'm ready. Let's
Most
get it.
definitely, man. Appreciate that, man. So I'm very familiar with you. So I used to intern for a lot of record labels, and we would go through North Carolina a lot. North Carolina, South Carolina, and you was one of the people that was always like influential down there from the industry side and from the street side. When people like you got to connect with Chuck. You in North Carolina, like you was
Yes,
the
sir.
main guy. You know what I'm saying? So for the people that's online, give like a quick bio of yourself, things you did currently doing, so they can kind of have the same knowledge I got of you. You know, in the industry.
Got you. Well, I got into the music business roughly about 98. So I've been in over 20 years. I got over 20 years of experience. And I've been on multiple sides of the music industry. So I started off as an artist. I started off rapping. I got to a point in my career where I was sort of tired of lying on records. Typically niggas gonna lie forever on their
For
records,
sure.
but I was just a different breed. So I didn't want to be out here serving quarter pounds and half a pounds, but then I'm on records talking about moving kilos of cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I didn't want to be moving some pills here, some ecstasy here, but then I'm talking about moving heroin by the boatloads. You know what I'm saying? So I got to a point in my career where I got tired of just not being authentic and being true to myself. So I switched up. I tried my hand at a little bit of recording and engineering. I worked in the studio. I did promotions as far as party promotions, artist promotions. I got a job at a radio station, and at the radio station, I started off doing ad sales. And then I was bringing in so much money on ads that the people who were cutting the commercials, the production staff, couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up. So I had to start doing my own ads. So eventually the person who owned the radio station was like, yo, that voice is different. Like, who is that doing the commercials? And they were like, oh, that's the new guy who's in sales. He used to be a DJ and he used to be a rapper too. So from there, they upgraded me from doing sales to doing production. Then they started utilizing the fact that I knew everybody. So I got on the promotion staff as well. So from there, I had an opportunity come about to where I started working overnights at the radio station. From there, I actually learned how to DJ for real because I understood that the only people at the radio station who had control over the playlist was the actual mixers. So I bought me some turntables, started DJing. Before that, I was just putting out little mixtapes here and there, MCing parties. That's when my life sort of changed because I stopped bouncing around from job to job in the music industry. And that's when I sort of said, you know what, this DJing thing is fun. It's easy. I caught the hang of it pretty well. A lot of it had to do with just the overall music knowledge that I had gained. I tell a lot of new DJs, even still to this day, knowing the technicalities and the fundamentals of DJing is cool. You need to know it. But song selection and knowing how to read a crowd are going to be the two things that will carry you far. So, I worked at a record store back home. Well, really, I had been working at record stores since I was about 15. I had a job at Sam Goody. A lot of people don't even remember Sam Goody. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I had a job at Sam Goody. Then I went on to work at Cats Music and Monster Music, Manifest Music back home in Charleston, South Carolina. So I just have an extensive amount of experience in both sides of the music industry, actually being an artist, being a DJ, being a producer. But then on the back side or the business side, from working in the music store, having to look at trends, look at BDS and media based reports, do ordering, just communicating with buyers and knowing how much CDs cost, how much artists get off of CDs, how much the record labels get off of CDs, just knowing the numbers, moving and shaking, knowing what's going on behind the scenes. And then from being in the mixtape game, that just took everything that I had pretty much learned up until that point and put it on a global scale, because mixtapes took me global. I started off really just doing the mixtapes to help out the independent artists locally, because I saw that in New York, that's where artists were being broken. It wasn't on the radio. It was rarely in the clubs. It's still in the clubs, but it was rarely in the clubs. But you had the mixtape circuit. That is what was breaking artists. So, I saw K-Slade, Clue, Envy, Cutmaster C, Brucey B, Kid Capri, Doo-Wop. The list goes on and on. And I just took their formula and I rolled it into mine. And then I used the fact that, I was in a military town, and I was in a college, not necessarily a college town, but I had a college area around me. And I used that to take my mixtapes nationwide. And I was actually one of the first DJs to utilize the internet. So back then, a lot of people got their music out through mixtape distributors. And I was one of the first people to utilize the mixtape websites. And that was because I was in the Carolinas, and we didn't really have a pipeline up north. So I had to use the internet in order to get my mixtapes out there, and it trickled down to the streets. And man, here I am, 22 years later, still doing what I love, still making plays, still making moves, still well connected. I make sure that I keep my relationships good. I tell everybody your network decides your net worth. And that's just I mean, there's no other way around it. No other way around it. So I'm 40 years old, man. I'm still going toe to toe with the youngins, man. But that's because I keep my ego in check, and I stay up to date on what's going on, and I try to evolve. So I've sort of moved from out of the clubs. Like, I've let them have the clubs. I don't want to be that old nigga still in the clubs, still trying to block the young niggas from getting it. And you see, I've moved on to doing a lot more of the business side, as far as helping artists find their money, keep their money, protect their rights, and just learn the business in general.
Most definitely. What's some of the artists you work with out there for people that's not as familiar with in North Carolina or outside of North Carolina?
Man, in North Carolina, I'm sorry, I got these alerts set up on my Instagram whenever I've been online for too long. So I can't even see y'all. Can y'all see me? It cuts my camera off and everything. Can y'all see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay, yeah, I can't see myself at all. Hold up, I'm gonna log on from my other page. But as far as North Carolina goes, I pretty much have worked with any and everybody from out of this area who's a somebody. Whether it be in the infancy of their career or once they've reached a certain height. I mean, we can all see the relationship with me and the baby. I got in there super duper early, did a lot of his CD duplication, posters, flyers, helped set up his meet and greets.
Not to cut you off, I remember the South by Southwest. This was a long time ago. This was when he was wearing the diaper. Yeah, you was one of the first people. I feel like you was one of the first people that, like, I know it was other people that believed in him, but I mean, like, you really was like vouching.
Yeah, no. I took up for bro. Hell yeah. I took up for bro.
When I really hear anybody else really vouching like that, what made you kind of like step out like that and put your name on the line?
Well, first up, I saw from the infancy of his career that he was really, really focused. And he was super focused, and not just super focused, but he had a team as well. So those are two things that I feel like a lot of artists who are talented don't have. They either don't have a team or they don't have that laser focus that says, I'm gonna do it by any means necessary. Also, he believed in himself. So many artists just straight up don't believe in themselves. I don't feel like I don't feel like a lot of the artists nowadays feel like they can actually make it in the industry. They want to make it in the industry. They feel like making it in the industry would be nice, but I don't feel like a lot of them really believe inside, like right here, that they're gonna be performing on these big stages. And those are the two things that I saw that he had that a lot of people didn't have. And I just knew that he was street for real. You see what I'm saying? And then I knew that he's always been like a character. He's always been animated. So for those of us who knew him from the beginning, seeing him in a diaper wasn't really a shock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really a shock. But then again, we were kind of worried that he would be put in a box where he wasn't taken seriously.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, me and his manager, King Carter, we go way back. So, you know, whenever King Carter has called me and said, hey, bro, I need the OG to lean on some people. I need you to throw your weight around and throw your influence around. You know, so when people was killing him online, like I was going hard. I was going hard for him.
I remember, yeah.
And it keeps a lot of people from really hopping off a cliff, because there were people who wanted to say a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah.
But when you see Chuck T come in and say, nah, fuck all that. Little bro down there showing out.
Yep.
Little bro out there goddamn making a name for himself. It sort of makes him think like, I still don't like the fact he in a diaper, but if Chuck T gonna say something, like, let me just not say anything at all.
Yeah, that vouch helps a lot of artists out.
It does.
Like, you know, if somebody like you mess with him, like, all right, if he messing with him, he got to be the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
Cosigns matter.
Yeah.
A lot of artists think cosigns don't matter. Cosigns matter. And a lot of the cosigns go on behind the scenes. They don't go on Instagram and Facebook. That's where people look for the cosigns. Oh, let me see who's cosigning somebody on Instagram and Facebook. Let me see who's speaking out for somebody publicly. But now, where the real work happens is behind the scenes. So when niggas are calling me, you know, saying, Chuck, I need your honest opinion. This is between me and you. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I fuck with this artist? Should I not fuck with that artist? That's where the real cosigns happen. So a lot of people say, like, man, Chuck, like, what artists have you broken? You know, when artists get on their little bullshit, they be like, what artists have you broken? What artists have you made big? You know, I don't like to boast and brag because nobody likes to have anything thrown in their face. But there have been a lot of times when I could have killed niggas' career with one no. You know what I'm saying? There have been times where labels have called me like, yeah, we looking at signing so-and-so. You know, what you think we should do? Because we sort of on the fence over here. You know, and I've given the green light and niggas have gotten deals. And I've given the red light and niggas have gotten the plug pulled on them.
Yeah, that's super important. I don't think people, like you said, relationships in general. So for artists to come to you or come to anybody, what do you think they have to have for somebody like you to vouch for them? Like for a official person that's been doing it for a minute, they know what they're talking about. What type of characteristics do they got to have? I know you said the baby was focused and hardworking. What's some other characteristics that they got to have?
Well, with me, I'm the type of DJ at this point in my career where you already got to have motion. You already got to have traction.
Yeah.
So I'm past the point where I work with people in the dirt, like in the mud. Like you got to already have something to show me. You can't come to me just out the blue and say, big bro, I need your help. You know, I'm sort of lost with this shit. I don't know what direction to take. You know, I'm sort of just feeling like my wheels are turning. I don't know where to go. Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah.
You know, like I can help you, but that's going to come with a price tag.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about me actually working with somebody, helping somebody, actually getting my own hands dirty, like you got to already have some motion. So you got to be spending your own money. And you got to have a little bit of money. It don't mean a lot of money. And it's not necessarily money to pay me, but it's money to make the wheels turn. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think they understand like how important that is. A lot of people, it's like business. You know, business, to move your business, you got to have some type of capital to come.
You got to have capital. You got to.
So I don't think they understand like that part. Speak a little more about like just the money aspect of you got to have something to make something.
Yeah, so nothing from nothing leaves nothing. That's not just a saying. That's real shit.
Yeah.
It takes money to make money. That's real shit as well. These are not just sayings. And in the music industry, we talk about pushing artists. We talking about working records. We talk about breaking singles. So all three of those words, push, break, work, they require some sort of effort. Those are effort words.
Facts.
So
I hope y'all got to be taking notes right now, yo. You got to
look. So those are words that require effort, and a lot of times, in order to put effort into something, you gotta have the product. So in order to make the product, you gotta have money. You know what I'm saying? So when you need beats, you gotta pay for beats. When you need to get your music mixed and mastered, you got to pay for that. You need studio time to record it. That has to get paid for too. You need money to upload your music on the platforms. You need money for merchandise because you want to be a walking billboard for yourself. Niggas are going and they're spending all this money on fucking Gucci. They're spending all this money on Louis. They spend all this money on goddamn Balmains. They spend all their money on all these shoes, all this extra shit. And in the end, nothing makes a bigger impact than having 20 niggas all walk in the club with your merch on.
Yeah.
That's what's going to catch eyes. Remember, you're a business. Niggas are still on the solo shit. I want to look good. You know what I'm saying? So they going to come in and try to outshine everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You, your homie, your brothers, everybody who with you, they all trying to shine. Nah, we a business or I'm a business and y'all coming in off me. Y'all are part of the business. So we need to push the business. And if the business is me, we all need on my merch. So that costs shirts, hats, keychains, flyers, posters, cardboard cutouts, banners with the pop-up banner stands, all that. If you want to get your vehicle wrapped, that costs money. Stickers. I mean, the list goes on and on. All that stuff costs money. Even if you get CDs and vinyl pressed up, because now CDs and vinyl are being looked at as merch as well versus an actual avenue to getting your music out. All that costs money. Then once you get a radio single or really any single, a club single, whatever, now you got to go to the DJs and you got to push it. So it costs money to service your records. That's through like DigiWax, Innovator, Green Hits, SpinMyHit.com, Bottom Feeder Music, all of the people who blast out music to DJs, that costs. Posting it on websites, that costs as well. Then going to the actual clubs and going to the venues and paying the DJs, that costs as well.
Yep.
So, you know, just from that standpoint, now you need a budget. And then once you get, listen, and then once you get past that level and you get to radio, all right, now we need to go to radio. We got to launch a campaign. That's a whole nother bag. Regional radio is going to cost you $25,000. That's just all it. Regional radio. If you're talking about North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and the eastern part of Georgia, that's 25 bands. Any radio promoter is going to tell you I need 25, and that's just for overnight spins and light rotation. You know, now you want to go bigger than that. Now you're looking at 50 bands or 75 bands. Now you're looking at 100 bands, 200 bands. You want to go national mix, and that's just mix show. That's not even rotation. You know, and then once you throw in opening up for major acts, getting on tours, getting on major festivals, that's a whole nother bag. That's a whole nother bag.
Yeah.
So I feel like artists don't take that into consideration. They feel like they can get water from a rock and it's not going to happen. You need to have some sort of capital and you need to act your wage. All right. You need to act your wage. If you don't have the money to make it happen, then I always tell artists, you know, don't go selling your soul to make it happen. That's how all these artists get into bad deals because they sell their souls to make it happen. And I feel like the internet puts it out there like it is so easy and you can go viral so easy and you make all this money so easy, and it's really hard. It is extremely hard to make it in the music business.
Yeah. And then the viral thing is like they don't tell both sides to the viral thing, because most
They
time
don't.
most artists go viral, they already had like a buzz somewhere.
Easy.
The common person didn't see it, but if you're in the music industry,
Exactly.
you been knew this person was coming. You know,
Exactly. Yeah. It's a fraud nowadays. That viral shit is very. The chances of it happening are slim to none.
Yeah.
Let's just be completely honest.
Yeah.
Going viral nowadays is slim to none, and it's slim to none because the social media companies have these algorithms, and the algorithms are meant to reward buffoonery, tomfoolery, and just straight up coonery. And if you really trying to do business, they make you pay. They want you to run ads.
Yeah.
You know, like I can post a reel doing some dumb shit and get 120,000 views. But then I can post a reel, or I can make a general post about my business, trying to help people, you know, get their businesses off the ground. And it gets 5 likes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those are real numbers. Like I literally just looked at some of my numbers about an hour or so ago. I have reels doing stupid ass shit that have 120,000 views. And I'm like, how did I crack the code?
Yeah.
You know, but the only reason you can crack the code is because entertainment is always going to get more than education. And they feel like if you're doing business on the internet, if you're trying to educate, if you're trying to sell products, you need to be paying us for ads.
Yeah.
You know, the fun shit,
Yo.
cool. You know, fun shit, cool. You trying to make some money? Yeah, you going to pay us.
That's a fact. I always seen it like you ever post something positive, you get 1 or 2 likes, couple views. Post something negative, you get 1,000 likes, 1,000 views.
Oh yeah, fight videos going up. Fight videos, your shit going up. Sex tapes, twerk videos, stuff with people yelling and screaming and cursing, arguing, all that stuff go up. You know what I'm saying? You could post something about black love. You could post something about just starting a business, getting your business off the ground. You could post something about family, and you may get a little traction on the ones with your kids. All right, kids and families do get more traction than actual advertisements for your business, but they still not gonna go up the way a half naked lady gonna go up, or somebody fighting goes up. Just not happening.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So I work with a lot of smaller artists, a lot of independent artists. They always ask me general questions, and it's usually involving if I don't have the money, how should I go about running a campaign? Like, what should I put my money into? That's a common question I get. I give them the best advice I can, but I haven't been doing it for a super long time. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to breaking records. That's like an expertise. And you got to be in the clubs. You got to know the industry and who to hit. So from your perspective, if they not working with a huge budget, what should they be trying to put their money into?
So the first thing I tell artists to do, get you a team of DJs. Get you 3 or 4 DJs who you actually develop a relationship with. Because the only way you're going to compensate for not having no money or having a little bit of money is by having good relationships with people. So try to do swaps. Try to do barters. Hey, bro, you know, I see you going to the club on this night. You know, let me, you know what I'm saying? Help you goddamn carry your equipment in. Or I'm going to just stand guard by the booth so no drunk people come fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Find a way, you know, I ask the DJ, you got some flyers you need passed out, anything like that. Because you need to be passing out your own flyers too. So go ahead and help the DJ with his shit. You killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You know, if you an artist, you need to be in the club anyway. So yeah, go ahead and help the DJ carry his shit in the club. You get in early. You know what I'm saying? And you could probably get your record played. Because I tell artists, get to the club anyway if you're trying to get your record played. Get there early. But find you 3 or 4 DJs. Fuck with them heavy. All right? Because word is going to spread. Fuck with them heavy. Post them. Post what they got going on. They're going to post you and post what you got going on. They're going to share and like your shit. That's just how it works. You know, if you don't have the money, use what resources you do have. If you getting ready to do a showcase, or you getting ready to do a show, or you getting ready to do a party, man, ask the DJ, man, I need a show mix made. Or how about you come DJ with me if you ain't doing nothing? DJ for me. You know, build these relationships and use those DJs to get their opinions on your music.
Mm.
Once they give you a solid opinion on what records to push, now it's time to branch out. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what you don't have in money, you have to make up for in hard work.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to wake your ass up early. You're gonna have to get online. You're gonna have to reach out to a lot of these DJs. You may have to DM them 5-6 times or leave messages in their comments 5-6 times.
Yep.
You know, before they reply. Pull up on them at the clubs. Pull up on them early. You know, make sure they have the records early. Email them the records, get feedbacks. Make sure when you get to the club, you buy them a drink. You know, make sure you're not too pushy, but make yourself known. It doesn't cost you much to pull up. It doesn't cost anything to repost or retweet. You know, it doesn't cost anything to screenshot something and send it out to your people. Trust me, people are going to remember that. So now when it comes time for you to drop your single, you got all these DJs who fought with you, who know you, who are familiar with your name. You just need your name to be mentioned in the right circles. And if I see you enough, when people come around and they say, yo, who's some of the hottest artists, yada, yada, yada. You know, there have been artists, I'm like, yeah, you know, like I ain't a fan of bro music, but boy, he work hard. You probably need to knock out a feature with bro, because he gonna push that motherfucker now. You know, you may have to help him with his cadence. You may have to help him get his shit together, you know, on the track.
Yeah.
But bro gonna work hard to make it happen, and niggas fought with him. You know, man, it doesn't take a lot of money to build a buzz. You just gotta be smart with it. You know, drinks in the club are what, $12, $13. You go buy the DJ a drink, give him a bottle of water. You literally just spent like $19, $18, you know, and you're building a relationship. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing.
I think that was like, man, you just dropped a crazy gem. Like, if you didn't get that, man, come on. Like, because I think that's like people, to me, that's easy, but for most artists, what gets in the way of that is ego. They don't want to carry nobody. They ain't trying to get nobody no water, no drink. They ain't trying. So ego, patience, because you know everybody want everything overnight. It ain't working fast enough.
Always.
Somebody ain't moving on their time. You know what I'm saying? So I think if they took away the ego, the and have some patience, and really want to develop a genuine relationship, not come to somebody and just want something, and don't expect for that person to ask for something. Like it's a barter system, like you said. You give some, you receive some. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
What you said is a crazy gem.
Nah, that's how it is. You know, and a lot of this stuff isn't rocket science. It's just old school. You know, the internet has made people extremely lazy.
Yeah, because you ain't got to go nowhere.
Yeah, you ain't got to know. You don't got to go nowhere. Or they feel like all they got to do is send a DM. They don't even want to pick up the phone and call and text anymore. Yeah. So I have a few artists who literally just keep up with me on a regular basis. They don't even be wanting shit. Mm-hmm. You know, like they genuinely don't want anything. Yeah. You know, they'll just shoot me a quick text. Hey Chuck, what's good, bro? You know, how the family doing? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? You doing all right? Well, I seen something crazy on the news, just making sure you was straight. Or, you know, how the kids doing? Just regular shit that keeps you at the front of people's minds. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I think that's like I said, that's a key gem for the artists out there, man. Because I know another thing too, artists like, well, how do I create a relationship outside the club? Because by the time I get to the club, the DJ kind of already in his motion, like you said, get there early. But what's another way?
Gotta get there early.
Building a relationship maybe outside of the actual club for them. So
a lot of artists do ask me, well, how do I do it outside of the club? Because I'm not a club person, or I'm not a club artist, or I got to be to work in the morning. I'm a single parent. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So I tell them the easiest way is hit them up on social media. It may take you a minute, right? It's not gonna be easy, because I know I have a lot of artists in my pending messages. Yeah, you know, it's a lot. So do that, and then try to follow their schedule and see what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Follow their schedule. Some of them may be doing like a little pop-up shop at a store. They may be doing like a little showcase somewhere. a promo. They may be, like a lot of DJs, they'll DJ at clothing line release parties and launches. They'll DJ at colleges and things of that nature. So you can catch up with people. You know what I'm saying? You can catch up with them.
Most definitely. So I know it's a lot of artists that come out North Carolina from smaller cities, and I'm originally from Richmond, so my city is pretty small. You got maybe 100,000, 200,000 people here. So a big thing I get from most artists, how do I get out of a small city? Like, my city too small, I gotta leave, or it ain't enough support here, and ain't enough people here. But I've seen people come from smaller towns than us, from North Carolina, and they get a crazy buzz, or they get a major buzz, and they came from a smaller city than where I'm from. So your suggestion on that, some suggestion on how to maneuver if you're from a smaller city.
So I'm from a small city. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. So I'm not from a major city, but I moved to Charlotte. And the reason why I moved to Charlotte was because I wanted what's best. So I tell everybody, you got to move around. So it took me a while to move. I literally picked a new city every weekend, and I pressed up 1,000 mixtapes. I spent the whole week pressing up mixtapes. I pressed up 1,000 to 1,500 mixtapes. I would pick a city. I would drive there. I would go to the mall. I asked the people who worked at these different stores in the mall, who are the artists, DJs, producers, or just radio personalities who are dope. You know what I'm saying? Who do I need to talk to? What are the hot clubs in the area? Like, what are the hoods? What other stores are there that sell shit like what you sell? Especially back in those days, there was a lot of like Arab stores. So I would just ask them, like, yo, you got a brother or a cousin or a family member who got a store? I'm trying to go over there and holler at them too. And I always have product on me. I always have posters, flyers, whatever. Artists nowadays like to leave empty-handed. People don't know what you do. Like, everybody's a rapper. So what do I have to show, or what do you have to show me that shows that you're serious? So that's why I started printing up the QR code flyers for artists. So now when you go places, you have a physical flyer, but then it has a QR code on it for the people who can, who want to be able to scan it and hear your music. That's at least a business card to show somebody that I am serious. I at least have something out. I at least have something on streaming platforms to say that I'm a real live artist. So I tell artists who live in smaller towns, get out. Get out. You got to get out. I mean, you will reach your ceiling in your hometown. I mean, that's all there is to it. You're going to reach your ceiling. And you want to reach your ceiling. You don't ever want to get to the point where you're in the city and there are people who don't know you. I see that happen too much. Artists jump the gun and they want to leave. And I'm like, bro, don't nobody even know you, 2 miles outside of the city limits, bro. You still got work to do. And they always feel like somebody hating on them, somebody holding them back, they slept on. No, you just have not done enough work. Nobody knows you to sleep on you. Nobody knows you to hate on you. Nobody knows you to try to hold you back, bro. You just ain't doing the work.
That's a fact. Yeah, I say the same thing, man. Especially just moving around. Because I'm like, if you're from one city, you should at least move around if you can. Because some people are like, well, I don't have the money to travel. I don't have the money to do certain things. I'm like, man, you could at least move around to the cities that you can drive to. That's an hour, 2 hours.
Look, and the thing about it is, let's just be honest. Maybe music just isn't for you. I tell artists that all the time. If there's just so many excuses and you just got so much going on in life and you don't have the money, you don't have a car, you don't have any studios, like you don't have none of that stuff, bro, it's not for you. You're wasting time. All right? You're wasting time and you're wasting money. Like everything isn't for everybody. Like this music industry takes a lot of hard work. You're going to have to invest a lot of money. You're going to have to invest a lot of time and effort. Sometimes it's just not for you. Sometimes it looks good, but you're just not cut out for it. It's like that way with any job. People go in the military, they get kicked out. People go to college, they can't make the grade. You know what I'm saying? People get certain jobs, you get fired. You know what I'm saying? Certain things just ain't for you, and music just ain't for certain people. There's people I know who've been doing music 15, 20 years, and I done told them a million different times how to make plays. They done drove to Atlanta. They done met with Boom Man. They done met with Ugly Money Nietzsche. They done paid all these label reps $1,000, $2,000. They done sat down with these people. These people done gave them the game. They done been scammed. They done got real knowledge and real help, and they still haven't gone anywhere. So, bro, it may just not be for you. Some people, I don't say that to shit on anybody's dreams. I say that maybe it's literally just a dream. Maybe you're cut out for something different. Maybe your path is something greater or brighter in a different field or a different industry. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the earlier people recognize that, the better off they is, because I see a lot of times too, people want to be artists, but to me, like, they'll be a better business person in the music industry, or they'll be,
see it all the time.
You know what I mean? Or they'll be better at working the camera, or they better at maybe a DJ. Like, it's different positions in the music industry. For some reason, people like, you only could be a rapper. But I'm like, man, it's 1,000 people that make a rapper a rapper. You know what I mean? Like, the rapper just don't come out of the blue and make everything happen. He got 1,000 people usually behind him pushing buttons for him. So I think if they look at the bigger picture, you know, they could apply that stuff and maybe fit in a different business, or maybe they belong in a different industry.
I mean, yeah, and in my music business class, I teach that a lot. Don't be afraid to switch up, or don't be afraid to diversify. The thing about it is, don't just be locked in. I feel like a lot of people see the image of the rapper, they see the persona, and they feel like, ooh, they get caught up like groupies in the lights, like, I want that. But they don't know that, man. The niggas behind the scenes, jury, be just as dope. They be fucking just as many women. You know what I'm saying? They be taking just as many vacations. I mean, look at P from QC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at Coach K from QC.
Yeah.
You know, shit. All these people, they handle the business. You know, they handle straight business. Look at Jay Prince from Rap A Lot. These people handle the business. Look at Top Dog, TDE. You rarely see Top Dog, but you already know, bro got mad paper. Yeah. You know? And if you want to, if you want to be out here looking crazy, you know, and getting social media fame, you could even be a whack 100.
Yeah. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, if rapping ain't for you, but you still want to be in front of the camera, you still want to get all of the little likes and the follows, and you still want to do a lot of interviews, you know, but you want to handle the business, go be a whack 100. That's him all the way.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. I agree with that. I think, like you said, it's like they kind of like want the glitz and glamour. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you offer somebody money, but they don't really want to take the money without the clout. So nowadays, it's like they need the clout too. Like, money is cool, but they'll take the clout sometime without the money. So I feel like
they do that every time. That's why all these artists are complaining about their deals.
Yeah.
All of them. Every time you turn around, there's somebody complaining about their deal because they took the clout and the money, and they weren't thinking about longevity. They weren't thinking about sustainability, and they weren't thinking about just overall having a say-so in how their careers ran.
Most definitely, man. I know you did mention you teach a music business class. So for artists that's like, before they even pick up the mic, before they even get into releasing music, what are some business tools or business things they should look at when it comes to the music industry to make sure they solidify all over the board?
So I always tell artists, the first thing that you need to do is create an LLC and make yourself an actual business. Get your LLC, get your EIN number, get your business bank account, get you a DUNS number so you can apply for business credit. Mm-hmm. And you have to constantly remind yourself, I am a business. Mm-hmm. All right? I am a business. Get yourself a P.O. box, or get yourself a box at the UPS store, so that all of your business paperwork can come there. Little things like that help you mentally. All right? Next, always make sure you weigh the pros and cons of whatever your distributor is as far as your DSP, whether you use United Masters, TuneCore, DistroKid. Get you a DSP that works for what you're trying to do. Right? Then from there, copyright every fucking thing. It's only $65 to copyright up to 10 works. So if you're an artist, before you pick up your phone and spit your lyrics into your phone, please make sure that it's copywritten. You know, you're protected from the moment you file it. All right,
Facts.
it doesn't have to go through, but you're protected from the moment you file it. So if you come up with something dope, I know you get excited, copyright it. Do not put it on the internet. Do not release it commercially without a copyright. You need to protect yourself. Copyright your lyrics. A lot of people buy lease beats. They don't know I need to be copyrighting my lyrics. I can't copyright the beat. It's owned by somebody else, but my lyrics are mine. I need to copyright those. So I tell artists the same thing with producers. Do not put anything on BeatStars or SoundClick. That is not copywritten. All right, copyright your shit. After you copyright it, register it with these companies. BMI or ASCAP, whoever your PRO is. Sound Exchange, Song Trust, or the MLC. Then you want to upload it to Mediabase and BDS so that they can track it all. Those are the steps for releasing your music. And from there, you always want to make sure that you run ads, all right? Run ads to promote your shit. And then have physical product. Get those QR code flyers. You want to be running ads on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And you want to be out here passing out flyers to the niggas in the streets, the people in the clubs, the people who don't be on the internet like that, so that you can cover both bases. That right there, I tell them, if you do that and you do it enough, you're going to get some traction and you're going to get some money, all right? Even if your music is bad. They only got to listen for 30 seconds before the stream counts.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yep, you only need 30 seconds.
I hope y'all listening, man. He just gave some great games, some great knowledge. So I know they probably not too familiar with some of those sites like SoundScan, BDS, Song Trust. What's just a quick, synopsis of those sites?
So you got to take my class. You can sign up for my class on the foundationofmusic.com or djchuckt.com. I'm going to break it all the way down for you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a 2-day course. Look, it's a 2-day course. It's 8 hours a day. We lock in, bro. I teach you the ins and outs of the music business. All of those sites that I just named, I'm breaking it down for you as far as what they pay you, why they pay you, how they're supposed to pay you, how often they pay you, how long they hold on to your money before they put it in their own pocket. So please take my class. I do it once a month. It's in person here in Charlotte. We don't do virtual. The reason why I don't do virtual is because the demographic that I'm reaching needs to be there. They need to be hands-on. I don't need babies crying in the background. I don't need the phone ringing and you're going to make plays. I need you to be locked in because this is serious. This is your life. This is your career. You know what I'm saying? Music is one of the only professions that will pay you for the rest of your life and your kids' lives and your grandkids' lives if you treat it like a business. I'm talking about off of one piece of work. One song can pay you for 100 years or better. All right? No, and you never have to change it. You never have to update it. You never have to upgrade it. If you do make a remix, guess what? That's a second totally different stream of income off of that song. So even with real estate, people always say, oh, invest in real estate, real estate, real estate, real estate. I say, bro, you about to buy a house for $300,000, $400,000. If you take $100,000 and you put it in your music, you're almost guaranteed to see some type of success if you spend that money the right way. People say, well, what people, so people, and then this is the thing, that house, it's going to need upgrades. It's going to need updates. It's going to need maintenance. It's going to need repair. Your music will not need maintenance and repair. It will not need upgrades or updates. If you update your music or you upgrade your music, now you have a totally different song that's a totally separate stream of income. If you update that house, it's still that same house. You know what I'm saying? You still only have one house. That's all there is to it. So I let artists know. And artists say, oh, well, I'm taking a big chance if I put $100,000 into my music. You're taking a big chance if you put $100,000, $200,000 into a house. You know what I'm saying? This housing market will crash on your ass.
Ooh, and if
This shit will
you don't
crash on your
technically own
ass.
it all the way either, because the bank technically still own
Yeah,
it.
the bank technically
So
still own it. You know what I'm saying? And in the when you pay the mortgage, the interest get paid first. You know what I'm saying? The
yeah,
interest gets paid first. That the principal don't even get paid first. So I
yeah.
just tell people the same way you work hard, you grind it out, you dedicate your time, your energy, and all that into getting all this extra money to buy jewelry, to buy clothes, to buy shoes. You know, a lot of these artists, they are invested in a lot of other things. They invested in properties, they invested in all that. That's cool. Just put the same amount of time or energy into your music. And if you don't want to do it, then just be fine being a college boy. Be fine being, a real estate investor. You know,
Mm-hmm.
be fine being an accountant or a nurse, or working at a call center, working at FedEx or UPS. There's nothing wrong with those jobs, but just don't come over to the music game thinking that you gonna be able to put more money into working more time and money in the in effort as well into your day job than you do your music and see some sort of success. It's not gonna happen.
Man, that's a fact. I know, like, a lot of times, like, you can go to the bank and they'll give you a loan for a house. If you go to the bank, like, I'm trying to open a business or support my music, they're not really gonna give you that
They're
loan.
not
Like,
really gonna do that. Nah,
you know
they're
what I'm
not. They're,
saying?
they're not really gonna do it.
So that should tell you mentally, like, all right, if they gonna give me money for a house, now my music or my business, that gotta mean something. You know what I mean? Like,
Look, they'll give you a loan for a fucking $70,000 car, knowing good and well you can't afford that bitch.
yeah,
You know, predatory lending. That's what they call it. They call them usury loans and predatory lending. But the thing about the music industry is, if you play your cards right, if you go about it in in a very professional manner and in a business minded manner, it will give you a bigger return and a quicker return than pretty much anything. See, the thing about your music is you start making money from $1. All right. From
yeah,
day one, the minute you upload that song on the streaming platforms, it begins to make money. It never loses money. It's not like Bitcoin. It's not like Ethereum. It's not like Apple or Tesla or Amazon,
mm-hmm.
where I can put in $1,000 today and then the stock can tank tomorrow. And if I try to pull my money out of that stock, it's only worth 300-400. With your music, if you put $250 into buying exclusive rights for a beat, you put another $250 into recording it, mixing and mastering it, getting the artwork done, and uploading it on the platforms, you spent $500. That song will immediately start generating money the minute people start streaming it or people start watching the video. That $500 investment is not going to be a loss of $500 or a loss of $1,000 tomorrow. You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
With your music, you immediately start gaining money, building revenue when it comes to your music. You won't wake up tomorrow and say, "Oh, I put $150 into this song, and now the song is only worth $2." It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I think that's a super important thing too, especially if you got just money sitting around. You know, you're not really doing much with it. Putting it into your music or your product is definitely important.
Always, man.
Somebody asked, what was that question somebody asked? Oh, the process of getting paid from your music. So like bro said, Chuck said, you got a business class. Make sure you check it out on the site. I also got an ebook as well, how to get into the music industry. Make sure you check that out for these different type of questions, because some of these questions is not like something you could just say.
It's not simple. Yeah. It's not a simple answer.
Yeah, you really got to get in the process of it. And it's a dialogue when it comes to certain questions as far as like streams and the process of getting paid for music, because it's more simple just uploading and then you get paid. You know, it's a little more difficult than that.
And then I always let artists know, I can give you these sites to sign up for, but if you don't know what the fuck they supposed to be paying you for, like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? And then once we get into that, now I have to explain things. And then I have to explain the copyright process. And I have to explain what's the difference between, publishing and your masters, and it's just a lot. So you may ask, what are some of the places that I go to make sure I get paid? I can give them to you, but you're still gonna be fucking lost. You see what I'm saying? You're still gonna be lost. So like I said, I teach my music business class. It's called The Foundation of Music. You can sign up for it on djchuckt.com. I teach it once a month, one weekend out of the month. It's a 2-day course. We lock in for 8 hours a day. I buy lunch, and we just go in, bro. We go in. You can ask as many questions as you want. You pretty much won't find but maybe 2 or 3 bad reviews out of the easily 500 to 600 people who taken my class.
Most definitely, man. Y'all definitely tap in with that class, man. What would you tell your younger self, bro? If you could look back on your 20 plus year career, what would you tell your younger self?
There's a few things. So first, I would tell myself, invest in Bitcoin. You got all this fucking mixtape money. I used to have money just sitting around. I literally used to blow money on dumb shit like throwback jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas now are like throwback jerseys. But back in my day, kids, we spent a lot of money on throwback jerseys and fitted caps. I used to spend a lot of money on fucking throwback jerseys. So I would take some of that throwback jersey and I would put it into Bitcoin. That would be the first thing I tell myself. From there, I would tell myself, find J. Cole, help J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Find Kendrick Lamar, help Kendrick Lamar. Find Drake.
In the rough, man.
Yeah, find Drake and help Drake. That would be my younger self. I would definitely say that.
Nah, that's a fact. Straight diamonds in the rough, man. So I know, like I said, you've been doing this for a minute, and I know you had bumps and hurdles in the road, getting to where you at now. For that artist that's like, man, I'm tired of this shit. I'm ready to throw in the towel. I've been doing this for a little minute and shit's still not working. What advice would you give them?
Find out what you're doing wrong. 9 times out of 10, you're not working hard enough. 9 times out of 10. People think money solves everything. But I deal with artists who have a lot of fucking money. And they still crash out. Yeah, because now they get scammed. At least if you ain't got no money, you can't get scammed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? Like if you ain't got no money, you can't get scammed. So, and I be telling people sometimes that's better than getting scammed. Getting scammed really fucks with me, and I know it fucks with other people too. Like, oh, I gave a nigga 5 bands and he ran off on me. That would make me want to kill somebody, but if I just don't have 5 bands, hey, what I had to lose. But, definitely, you're probably just not working hard enough. Find something to do. Invest 3 hours a day into your music. Most people be like, invest 3 hours. They don't even want to post every day. Niggas, I go on people's social media who swear they the hottest, swear they do this, do that. They got all this shit going on. I go on their social media. They got like 8 posts up. And then like the most recent post was from like 6 days ago. You automatically lost me, bro. You automatically lost me. I tell artists when they be like, fuck with me, big bro, what I got to do to get you to fuck with me? I go look at my social media. You see how often I post. You see, it's not me posting new shit every day. It's me posting what I do. You know what I'm saying? Every day.
Fact.
So it may not be a new post every day, but it's me posting the same 8-9 posts daily. I need to see you doing the same thing. If you got a brand new single out, I need to see you posting that single every.
Hold on, y'all. Connection. Might be my joint. Can y'all still hear me? Chuck connection messed up. But yeah, man, definitely. He dropped some good jewels, man. If you was listening, definitely tap in the bro program. His shit, he's official, man. I've been dealing with Chuck for a minute. And you know what he's talking about. So definitely tap into his program. Also, my ebook. Make sure you check that out, man. How to get into the music industry. I think it's like $20 or something like that. It's in my link. It's in my bio. Check it out. I'm about to tag Chuck back in. Go.
Yo,
Yep. You can hear me, bro?
I got you. Yeah, man. My bad. But
No,
look,
it's all good.
I know you about to log off. I know they probably about to cut you off.
Yeah.
So whenever you upload this video onto your timeline, make sure you don't just tag me on it, but you invite me to collaborate. Make me give me an invitation to collaborate. That way the interview posts on my timeline as well.
Bad. That's like the joint when it says 2 names at the top. I've been saying
exactly. Yep.
Okay.
When it's 2 names at the top. So yeah, just go to tag, and then where it says invitation to collaborate, just go ahead and type in at DJ Chuck T. That way this thing pop right up on my timeline as well.
Most definitely, man. So yeah, bro, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, if you in them comments, and make sure you check out his program, his music class, man. He official, bro. When you come to music business, he know what he's talking about. So definitely tap in.
Yeah.
And anything I could do for you, bro, consider it done, man. I appreciate you taking out the time of the day to definitely.
Man, definitely. Whatever you need from me, let me know. Y'all make sure y'all hit me up on all social media platforms at DJ Chuck T and at I am DJ Chuck T. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. I do the Reverb music reviews every Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. On my Instagram and Facebook Live. I do my foundation of music business courses once a month. Make sure you tap in. You can log on to djchuckt.com in order to check those out. I still do CD and DVD duplication for people who want to have that nostalgia. That nostalgic merch. Hit me up. I also do the QR code flyers. Hit me up for that as well. And if you're just an artist who feels like you stuck and you need some advice, I do one-on-one consultations. You can hit me up for those as well. And I have Hornets Music Industry Night on Saturday, March 5th. It's definitely what you need to be a part of if you in the music industry. Bigger Rankin is going to be there. Tony Neal from the Core DJs is going to be there. We got Michaela Sibbles from Epic Records who's going to be there. We got my homie EP, Eric Parler from Def Jam who's going to be there. And we got Big Block from Block Entertainment. And we got Chris Gotti, who is founder of, co-founder with Irv Gotti of Murder Inc. Records. And his new company is Adventures Music, where he works with a lot of independent artists. Tickets right now are as low as $50. You can get them. Yeah, you got to get them. Yep, you can get them on djchuckt.com. And when you buy a ticket, it includes tickets to the music conference, seats to watch the Hornets versus the Spurs, and the post-game concert after the game. So that's 3 events for the price of one. We kicking it off at 11 a.m. We going till probably 11 p.m. You're going to be in the Spectrum Center all day. It's going to be an amazing fucking event, very informative. And if you want to perform, we have a few performance slots left. I'm looking over here at my dry erase board. I think we got like maybe 3 or 4 slots left. But you got to buy a ticket, and then you submit your music. And the Hornets got to approve it. They're going to check it, make sure you're not talking too crazy on that motherfucker. And then they're going to send it to me. And if I give it the thumbs up, then we're going to give you the performance packages. Yes, you're going to have to pay, but we're not going to tear your head off. You know what I'm saying? For an opportunity like that to perform at the Spectrum Center on the floor where the Hornets play at, you're going to have to pay something.
Can't really beat that.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay something. But don't worry, Chuck T, I ain't going to break you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to break you.
Most definitely, man. Y'all heard it here, man. Make sure y'all tune in. Check that out, man. That's a great opportunity, man. Chuck, man, again, I appreciate you, bro.
Definitely. Thank you. Whatever you need from me, let me know.
My man, appreciate it, bro. Enjoy your night.
All right.
All right. Peace.